All right, the red light is on. How is everyone doing? Welcome to the Fight Bananas Show. Cannot wait. Big week. It's a big week. UFC 322 Saturday night, MSG. One of the great cards. I had the picture. I should have got it onto the stream, but that main card of UFC 322 on Saturday is incredible. One of the best main cards I have seen personally, probably since UFC 300. And I think it's rival. I think it's that good of a main card. Some highlights in the prelims for sure, but the main card's incredible. Guys, Cam Bennett's coming on the show in 5 minutes. Undefeated MMA fighter. We have Island Fights. Just got back from Island Fights 92 on Saturday. Island Fights 93 is on Friday night. Cam Bennett is fighting on that card. I think he might be the co or the main. Says, bro, you look professional. Thank you. Thank you, bro. We try a little, just a little bit. Gillian Robertson's on 2, maybe or maybe not on Elle Dawson. Dude, she's in camp. She's sparring. She's doing some things. So Elle might slide on the show. She might not, but we'll see. The great Elle Dawson. Man, big week though, guys. Big week. Like I said, I just got back from Island Fights, a phenomenal show. Some highlights on that. If you haven't, guys, go sub Island Fights. Island Fights 92 was just this past weekend on Saturday night. 12 fights. The first 4 fights, first round finishes, a really, really fun card. It's all free. Just sub the YouTube channel at Island Fights. And then, this Friday night, I'll be back there in Biloxi, Mississippi. Pretty good, professional fights, main card. I love the where it's at the Hard Rock Inn Casino. And in Biloxi, it's great stuff. Do you have picks for 322? Well, dude, I always got picks. What picks do you want first? What picks? We're definitely going to break down the card. Like I said, I'll talk to Cam about it, NG about it. Let's start at the top. You want me to start right there at the top? Guys, I got Islam Makhachev beating JDM. I think Islam is the best thing going today. I think he's the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. All right, I got to go here. You might be right, Sean. It's been a bad couple weeks for the Bills. I'm not going to lie. It's a roller coaster. We beat the Ravens and the Chiefs, the 2 best wins, and then we lose to the Dolphins and Falcons. So some crazy stuff. Yeah, I'll get into Brady Morales. What's your favorite fight on the prelims? Favorite fight on the prelims? I maybe it's not my favorite, but the fight I got to see is this Bo Nickel versus Rodolfo. I got to see if Bo Nickel is that guy we think he is wrestling. But guys, our first guest is in the green room. Let's get right into him. We'll talk to him about 322 as well. But he fights Friday night, trying to achieve 4-0 status in mixed martial arts. One and only friends of the show, Cam Bennett. What's up, Cam?
What's up, man? How are you?
Good, brother. Dude, it's always good to talk to you, my man. It's always good. I don't say this a lot to you, but it's fight week, Cam. Fight week.
I know. I'm ready to go. It's awesome.
Dude, tell your friend, man. He snitched on you on the Instagram story. Saw you running. Saw you cutting weight a little bit. He saw you running, man. We got to tell that guy to come on now.
Yeah, freaking CJ. CJ out here, he's like, I'll cut weight by freaking benching 225. Whatever.
Come on,
things don't get done by just lifting weights. You gotta mix it up. CJ out here sitting around eating a donut here and there. He don't believe in running. I think it's because it's too tough for him, personally.
Cam, I challenge that CJ character to get inside the Island Fights ring against it. You know what I mean? I don't care how much that man weighs. You know, you tie him up like a pretzel.
CJ don't have the gas tank. He gets tired after 2 minutes.
Cannot wait, man.
Granted, he probably gonna sit on me later for that.
Man, probably a good dude. It was funny. I thought it was a funny story. But let's get into it, Cam. 3-0. It's been a great 2025 for you. A lot of things outside the MMA sphere. You know, life looks like it's pretty good for Cam Bennett, to be brutally honest. I love watching everything that you're doing outside of the MMA atmosphere. But this is a big opportunity for you for your 3rd win in a calendar year. That's a great thing to capture 3 wins a year. That's great stuff. So how you feeling with fight week and trying to go 3-0 for 2025?
It's awesome. I mean, life is good, as you said. I've told everybody, honestly, being 25, that was the best year yet. Fought, from my last birthday to now, I fought 3 times. Got those 3 wins in pretty dominant fashion, I would say, coming off of 2 finishes, beating my cousin twice removed,
Yep.
Charles. So a legendary opportunity. I felt like I brought out a motivated Charles Bennett for the first time in a while.
Yeah. It was a great first round, Cam. He looked very good. He looked clean in the first round, but like what I say about you, and I've been lucky enough to commentate almost all of your fights. I just love you're always in the man's grill, always in your opponent's grill, and you're always pushing the gas. It's like you're always the leader of the dance, and you always when they fight against you, they're on their back step, and you're always hey, I'm going to throw, hey, I'm going to do this, are we going to grapple now? Like it seems like you're the leader of the dance, and that's always I think a good place to be in.
Yeah, if we're gonna if it works, don't try and fix it. I mean, if the dive is working and we're gaining 5 yards off of it every time, we're gonna keep running the dive. So
analogy, I love it.
I mean, that's the other thing too is I'm an aggressive fighter. I mean, it's been proven over my span of amateur and professional career now. We're not there to stare into each other's eyes and share our feelings. We're there to handle business. So let's get down to it. Now I feel like the change has been that I have been more patient recently, keeping a smart pressure instead of just running forward. I mean, if you watch one of my last amateur fights with Quincy, it was just, let's stand in the pocket and we're just going to throw the whole time. That's not always the smartest tactic, we can put pressure and then slide out of range to not get hit. You don't have to get hit. Like, yeah, we're in a sport where we're going to get punched, kicked, all those fun things, but it's not like you have to stand there and get punched in the mouth.
Right.
You can use a smart pressure. And that was something against Charles that I feel like I showed pretty well was, Charles is unpredictable. You don't know what he's going to do. He's just going to throw wacky stuff. So drawing that stuff out, slide out the way, come back into range, and just dictate where I want it to go. And that's the goal every time. I don't, it's important to take into consideration everybody's game plan, but you see fighters sometimes get so locked up of this guy does this thing so well. And then it like handicaps like their own game. And I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to handicap myself because I'm so locked in on, well, this guy does this one thing really well and I need to be prepared for that. And then that's all I'm focused on. And I'm not even worried about what I can do.
Right. No, I love that, point and kind of what your take on it. I want to go right back into you, but we're the people show, Cam. Our main man Jake's had a great question, and I feel like we can both jump on this. Who's Islam's ever beat? Volk 6 inches shorter and 20 pounds lighter. Oliveira and Poirier, good fighters, but not great. Probably beats JDM though. My response to this, Cam, and I would love your take, and you can agree or disagree with me, guys. Like just those right there. He beat Volkanovski not once but twice. Volkanovski is one of the greats of the sport. I know he was the heavier fighter for sure. That's fine. But as soon as the cage doors, all those excuses go away. They did weigh in the same on the scale the day before. Also, Oliveira, like that was one of the great lightweight runs. He just won again. Charles Oliveira is a top 5, top 7 lightweight of all time. He ran through Charles Oliveira, smashed Poirier. These are great wins. Like, what are we saying here? Am I wrong on this?
Yeah, no, that was exactly what I was going to say. I was like, wow, you named them Volk, Oliveira, Poirier. Like you named the fighters that those guys are legit.
Yeah.
Volk is a pound for pound. Great.
One of the greats of all time.
You're talking about, especially on that first fight. I mean, granted, I was leaning Volk on that first fight. When he got it going, I thought maybe Volk could have pulled it out, but then Islam made a stamp. Granted, it was short notice for Volk. I feel like that was a bad decision. But Oliveira, I mean, he just beat Gamrot on short notice too. Like he wasn't even preparing for Gamrot.
Yeah.
So let's give that some credit. Granted, I do lean JDM for this fight. Um,
Really?
yeah,
Okay.
I think the Belal Muhammad fight was a great preparation for Islam. I think JDM.
And real quick, I'm telling where the people show cam. I love this comment. Jake DM had a great win against Bilal Muhammad, and he's the champ. And I'm not trying to disrespect JDM, but guys, yeah, he's not had the greatest run either. Split decision against Kevin Holland. He was losing to Gilbert Burns until he got the win, the TKO in round 3. So like we're trying to crap on Islam. Come on now, guys.
Yeah.
Like Islam smashed Moicano, smash Moises. Like he smashes people.
And the thing too is like you can't play MMA math. It never works. Like MMA math does not work. Yeah. No matter how you want to twist it, it just doesn't. It never works. Every night, every fight night is a different night.
Yeah. You can tell that, Cam. Like you've had phenomenal outings in between, even bad outings with a win. Sometimes you fight great and even a lose. I think your last amateur fight or the one before that, you lost a split decision. I thought you looked phenomenal that night. It's one of the best fights you ever had.
Yeah. That was one of my best fights. I lost a split decision. So it never. You just can't play that game. Yeah. I think JDM definitely I think the size difference doesn't matter. Islam's a big 55er going up to 70. I think he's going to look good. I think he's going to be strong, healthy. I wouldn't be shocked if he got it done. But I do think JDM kind of has the style for that. And like I said, I feel like the Belal fight was a good prep for that,
I agree.
And you kind of had it like the rumor of Islam coming up to 70 was always kind of there. So JDM has had it on the mind. And two, for the longest time, some of the best of the division were grappler heavy fighters. Usman was the champ for the longest time. Sean Brady's in there. Phenomenal fighter. Colby was at the top of the division for a while. So a lot of wrestlers. So 70 was a wrestler heavy division. I mean, Shavkat still kind of has that ground game. He's a good mix.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be good. And JDM being kind of like a boxing style more than like kickboxing or anything like that. I think it's a good style for kind of like an Ilya,
Sure.
Stuff the takedown, piece them up. And throwing kicks sometimes against wrestlers when they're fresh can get you in trouble. And then also JDM has not skipped a thing. I mean, he's been training with Volk.
And so a question for you, especially with this fight. I can't remember the last time Islam fought another southpaw guy. Islam is usually the southpaw guy, and he's fighting, Charles and Volk and Poirier doing his stuff. For him to fight JDM to kind of see that different style of a southpaw versus southpaw, I think we're gonna see a fun fight. I'm leaning Islam. I've never seen him lose, right? Like he got head kicked 9 years ago, but other than that, the guy's on a 14, 15 fight win streak. He's incredible. Yeah. But I think it's gonna be a good fight. I love the matchup.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be exciting. I mean, this main card is gonna be awesome. Dude, it's a phenomenal card.
It's almost as good as Island Fights 93. Almost as good.
Almost.
And that's, dude, Island Fights is free on YouTube.
I know. Why are you not tuning in?
What are we doing? Friday night. What are people doing, guys? We'll both be in Biloxi, Mississippi. I'm coming in on Thursday. When are you going back and forth doing the Biloxi, Pensacola thing? Or are you going there and staying?
I'll stay. Yeah, just waiting on all that stuff. So I'm going to stay there after weigh-ins and then fight day, eat my breakfast and study for some nursing tests. Oh man, it's so fun balancing both.
What a life of a fighter, life of a mixed martial artist. I love it. One more kind of fun that we did dab on it a little bit. Your amateur career, especially, like I said, I've been lucky enough to watch almost or commentate almost on all those fights. Your amateur career, I think you and your team, and then especially people like Dean and Ryan and everyone at Island Fights did such a good job with you and your your ascension through the amateur career to become a professional. You had one of the toughest amateur runs ever. So if people look at your topology, there's some red and there's some losses in there. But again, I love it. I love who you fought and how you fought. Maybe a mistake and know how to kind of fix it in the future. And now you're a professional. Like I said, 3-0, looking to become 4-0 on this Friday night. I think they did a great job on what they did for you as an amateur to make you ready to be a pro, a winning pro.
Yeah, I would say that as well. My team shares that same mentality. You see a lot of amateurs they're like, "Oh, I'm 5-0. Let me turn pro." Well, who have you fought?
Right.
Who? I mean, we could sit here and blow smoke up your rear end all day, but when you get to that professional level, every win and loss matters. I mean, and if you're not ready, I mean, deep waters. You got to experience deep waters to see who you are. I mean, who are you? Do you know? Or do you just have just this false idea I'm a killer? But when you run into those guys, the best in the nation, the best that you can find, and you're fighting them, it's okay to take losses at that amateur level. It's perfectly okay. If anything, you should kind of run into somebody that could do that to you.
Yeah, I agree.
And then you go, oh, am I ready for X, Y, and Z? I mean, a lot of those losses, it was like one mistake for me. I mean, there's a split decision loss I took on 5 days' notice against the number 170 pounder in the Southeast. That dude was calling out SD at the time.
Yeah.
And I took him on 5 days' notice and lost 29-28 on the scorecards. Who gives a rip?
Yeah.
Who gives a rip? I fought Quincy Evans Jr., the number 155er in the nation, and he knocked out every other opponent leading up to that point. Not me. Not me.
Yeah.
But now he's an undefeated pro. You know, like I fought killers. I fought those guys. So I know who I am. And I have faith in that. So now when I'm tested by the fire, when it's go time, I'm ready to rock. I'm because we're getting there. You know, you're getting into that zone. I win on Friday night. I do it impressively. You're 4-0.
Yeah.
You know, you're creeping there. The contender series is calling. You're right there. You're fighting a killer next.
Yeah.
You know, so are you ready? And the UFC is going to be watching. That's the other thing too. You just don't fight a killer and they're not paying attention to whether you win, lose, and how you do it. So as amateurs, you need to go in and taste that fire, because I would just hate to get to a certain spot and be like, I fooled myself. I was just the local legend, you know?
Right.
Because you get to the UFC, like you're fighting the best. It's the best in the world. And if you're not ready, you're going to drown. Like, so you need to do that preparation from day one.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Friday night, I would assume the first thing on your board is, yes, I need to get a win. Number 2, hopefully get out of there as healthy as possible. Oh, very important moving forward in life and just as your MMA career. What's number 3? What is something you want to do Friday night? Be like, okay, I did this. I'm very happy that this got done. A first round finish. You want to go 15 minutes. You want to work on your grapple game. What is something that on Friday night you kind of want to do to be very happy with going out there?
I just want to show I'm the next level. You know, like like just a complete elevation of my game. You know, I feel like I've gone 15 minutes. I've done that. I've had milkshakes are mandatory post fight. That's the best fiance ever right there.
Well, where are we going to get milkshakes at, dude?
Sugar Factory, dude.
Oh, just right there.
Yeah, just right there. Why would I go anywhere else?
That is true, dude. That place is good. It's a little pricey, but you're a professional now. You're making big bucks, Cam. You know.
Well, yeah, I'm talking to the guy that's got the nice kicks and the suits. But yeah, they reposted me twice. Maybe they'll throw me a milkshake my way or something. I just want to show just a elevation in my game.
Okay.
I've been there. I've been in 15 minutes. My debut was 15 minutes. I experienced that. Not too bad. Second fight, went in the third round. It was a grappling heavy fight. Was able to submit the guy. Experienced the craziness of fighting Charles. Experienced that. So just kind of just a mesh of like flow. Just from striking to grappling to the clinch, just domination kind of everywhere. And composed the whole time. At no point in time kind of being rattled, because I expect a guy to be aggressive. I mean, he's had 30 plus fights. He ain't scared to be in the scrap.
He's been around.
Yeah, I mean, dude looks like an action figure. It's impressive. I expect him to get in my face and come at me, but I've seen that before. Like from the extensive amateur career, I've seen that. I've seen aggressive. I've seen those things. So, navigate it, find my spots. I know what I'm looking for, and handle business. Get out of there.
I like it. Friday night, Island Fights 93. It's fight week for Island. Do back-to-back fight weeks. Pretty cool. Yeah. I like that. Island Fights need to do that more. Let's go back-to-back.
Crazy.
Like that. Did you see that your weigh-in video? So we did the ceremony weigh-ins at Biloxi 2-3 months ago with Charles Bennett and you yourself. Even just Fight Finance, and I know Island Fights put it out there too. I think we got over 1 million views with your face-off, you and Charles Bennett.
Wow, that's crazy.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, everybody wanted to be a part of the family reunion.
Yeah, that was a cool thing.
Last
thing I'll let you run, my man. It's a big UFC this weekend. I know we kind of touched on it a tad. You got Morales and Brady. I think BSD and Benil is awesome. The co-main event's not even being talked about. It's maybe one of the most high-level female fights in the history of the sport. Take me down UFC 322 and throw me a couple good bones.
Yeah, I think JDM, he's the dog too. I saw he was +2.
Plus 220.
Yeah, I don't like that being that much of a underdog for JDM. Okay. I'm telling you, I think people are kind of sleeping on him a little bit. Especially with his past experience. I just think he's working with Craig Jones. Craig Jones out there. He's
the Dagestanian killer.
Yeah. So I think that would be interesting. I'm leaning JDM.
Okay.
I'm very interested. That's Valentina Shevchenko and Zhang, right?
Incredible.
Everybody's so hyped up about JDM and Islam, obviously, but what a fight. Are we gonna see, is Zhang gonna be able to deal with kind of this power of Valentina? I mean, she's competed at 135 before. She's a strong lady. But Zhang, I mean, I see her deadlift Shaq all the time. So she's strong too. So that will be an interesting fight. I mean, I think that's a sleeper fight, but I think that could be like fight of the night or something like that. Like,
could be incredible. Could really, remember Wei Li and Joanna, what they did. How crazy is that? Valentina Shevchenko, win or lose, can put it on her resume. It's like, hey, I fought Amanda Nunes and I fought Wei Li.
And
Amanda was the 145-pound champion at one time, and Wei Li's the 105. The 115-pound champion at one time.
Crazy.
That is a crazy jump.
And Zhang is so well-rounded too. Like, that's the other thing. I think it's interesting because Valentina, as of later in her career, seems to be able to wrestle a lot of opponents.
Yeah, she's more grapple and heavy.
Yeah, really well. But Zhang's starting to she's developed that in her game as well. So I think that could be a coin flip, honestly. Especially Valentina's getting a little older, so you're kind of dealing with how many more fights does she have left.
Yeah.
So I'm curious on that.
Are you 51, 49% one way or the other? Can you lean one way, or are you 50-50? You're on a fence. You're painting a white fence.
Yeah, I know. If I lean anywhere, I'll lean with the champ, Valentina.
Me too. Okay. Me too. Just the height, just the weight difference. She's a bigger girl. I think Wei Li might be more talented. I think she might, but I always hear, especially on the female side, and G will be on in 10 minutes and L will be on in 20 minutes. 5 or 10 or 15 pounds in the female division's ginormous. It's 30 for men.
Huge.
So I think it's a big deal, her moving up. I think it's a bigger deal than what people are talking about.
Yeah, I think I lean Valentina.
Me too.
Especially the IQ, like the fight IQ with striking is just ridiculous. I mean, we've seen her in there with Joanna. Yeah. So
Brady and Morales, welterweight. Morales is undefeated. Brady's an absolute monster in his own right. It's a grappling match versus a striker. Should be fun.
Yeah, I think Brady. I lean Brady. I mean, I like Morales. I do. Very explosive. He's got some pop on the feet, but I think I lean Brady. Just he's kind of on a roll. His jiu-jitsu is legit. And he may feel like he got snuffed out of a title shot, I think. Just kind of, I mean, what he fought. Didn't he fight Leon last or something like that?
Smashed Leon Edwards.
Smashed Leon Edwards. So, and, you know, he was probably thinking, I just smashed the former champ like nothing. So you're thinking, oh, I'm going to get my shot. And it doesn't happen. Granted, obviously, super fight. So I lean Brady.
Yeah. Okay. Before we get to the last two, I think with the JDM and Islam thing, sometimes people, and at least in my spot, and this side of it is we love chaos. Like we love super fights and vacant titles and eye pokes. It's good for business. It's good for content. If Islam wins, we have no idea what's going to happen. Is he going to come back down? Is literally Topuria going to follow him to welterweight? Is he going to fight a welterweight first? It's chaos. It's more fun. If JDM wins, I think it's more the welterweight division. There's Brady in there, but dude, Ian Gary and Bilal's happening in 3 weeks as well. The winner of that can really fight for the title again. So it's more structure if JDM wins. If Makhachev wins, it's chaos.
I agree because I really do think, I mean, I know it's so dumb for business. Like in one realm of it messes up the 170-pound division completely. It would jack up it would throw a wrench in the 55-pound division. But if Islam won, there's no way Dana doesn't make Topuria and Islam. I mean, you're talking about it'd probably be the biggest fight as of late that you could have. Especially a potential triple belt. Like that would be the first time that we've ever seen somebody win a title in 3 divisions. That would be insane. I think for just like logical reasons, JDM needs to win for the 70-pound division. But man, if you want like madness and you want Islam versus Topuria, I mean, I couldn't imagine you imagine throwing that like on the White House card.
It'd be fun. It would be fun. Dude. Cam, you know what else would be really fun too is talking to one of the best female fighters on the planet. You know, she represents Canada. She has, choked me out maybe once or twice. She's one of the best grapplers on this planet, but she doesn't just do jits. She does MMA jits. One of the best fighters, our dear friend, Gillian the Savage Robertson.
We share a UFC record.
Thank you, G. You're the best. We have a lot of finishes in that flyweight and strawweight realm. So what's up, G? How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you today?
Doing good, doing good. It's a big week. We have Cam fighting on Friday in Biloxi, trying to go 4-0 as a professional fighter on Island Fights, and then a big pay-per-view Saturday. So pretty pumped. We were just kind of going through the card. We're almost done, and Cam, we'll let you run. I know it's fight week, and G just came on, but G, were you there? Did you commentate on one of Cam's fights before?
I believe I did one of them before.
Okay. There you go. Couple Island Fights. Too.
I only got a couple more until the Contender Series, so.
Hey, G might be on the UFC desk one day. You never know.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, maybe Gillian can fight Michelle Watterson for it and see who wins. Just throwing it out there. All right, last one for you, Cam. That BSD and Beneil Dariush. Who do you like in that matchup?
Dude, I've always been a Beneil guy. Like I'm a Beneil fan, so I think I'm biased on that one. Because his jiu-jitsu's clean too. I mean, he knows how to get in the pocket and scrap, and he always puts on a fan like friendly fight. But also his jiu-jitsu is phenomenal.
Yeah, he's good.
So I
Good.
would take Beneil in that one.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be exciting. I mean, that whole card is freaking insane.
It's the same.
So
I think this is the best main card since UFC 300. I think the main card's incredible.
it is awesome. So I'm excited. I'm excited to be able to fight on Friday. I'm gonna be snacking on some food, watching the main card. Man, what a life!
I know, what a life, Cam Bennett. No injuries. You know, you want to have two eyes watching the fight. So just get your head off the center line. All right.
Yeah. No Cyril Gone eye pokes out here.
Well, awesome. We cannot wait, guys. Friday night, Island Fights 93, Biloxi, Mississippi at the Hard Rock and Casino. If you're in that area, go to the fights. It's an incredible venue. We've been there 2 or 3 times. It's such a fun venue. And then everyone, like you said, there's the Sugar Factory, maybe a couple of bars, a couple of steakhouses right after the event. So it's a good time. It's a good Friday night in Biloxi.
For sure. Be there. I mean, what else is there to do on a Friday night except watching fights?
I love it. Cam, you're the man, dude. We appreciate you. I'll see you in 2 days.
Thank you. See you then.
All right, brother. Later.
Good time.
All right, Cam Bennett. What a stud. What a stud. All right, G. Whew. Crazy time. Crazy time. For one, you're in camp in the thick of it. Did you see you guys have like not you personally, but they made the fight poster for your night? Did you see that? Royval and Cap?
No, I did not see that actually. I actually, for some reason, I always look into the card that I'm on. For some reason, this time I haven't even looked at it. So I'm like, I have no idea who's on the card. I've just seen that, Jamie Lynn Horth and Melissa Croden, because I saw Canadians getting added to it. So I'm like, that's the only people that I do know that's on the same card as me. But other than that, I really haven't looked at the card for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, hey, maybe next week or the week after that, we'll do that for sure. So much to talk about. Yeah, guys, you're right. We didn't even mention Carlos Prats and Leon Edwards. We've been going down the card. I don't think Carlos Prats is close to a title shot, guys. There's Brady, Morales, the winner Bilal, and Ian Gary. There's still Shavkat Rakhmatov. Usman might be next. Islam says if he wins, he really wants to challenge Kamaru Usman. So we got a ways away. So there we go. Let's kind of stay on the main event, G. I would love your take. We kind of talked about it. It's the week. We're here. Has there anything you've seen from either man, from Jack or from Islam, that you like or dislike or anything in between?
I guess I really haven't been watching them like anything like of like their embedded things like that. So I haven't seen anything necessarily this fight week. I will say, going off of previous fights though, I just love the way that a lot of Craig Jones's guys have been having answers to wrestlers.
Yeah.
So I would love to see how JDM approaches someone like Islam, where I think he might have a little bit more answers than most people do. I really obviously made the fight against Bilal look almost flawless. So yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of rooting for JDM in this one.
I feel you. I hear you in your tone. It seems like you have a Jack Dalla Maddalena lean. I like it. I respect it. Islam does look massive right now, guys. He looks ginormous. So I do agree with that. Back to what G's saying, and this kind of let's sit in this pocket for a second. I think JDM, and I'm not saying he's going to win it because I'm leaning Islam, to be brutally honest. I don't see him lose. He beats the best all the time. I love how his fighting style, striker, grappler, machine, wrestle, and he can do it all. Like, he is the best that I see. But back to JDM, I think he's got to feel confident in the Volkanovski, his team, Ryan, and all that stuff. I think he's got to feel really good. And let's just call a spade a spade. Volk is the featherweight of that team. JDM's the welterweight. So they feel each other all the time. And let's just be honest, Jack's always got to feel good in those, those feels, I would assume. And Volkanovski was great against Islam in the first fight. So I think he's got to feel uber confident going into Saturday night.
No, and like I said, even the way Volk handled a lot of Islam situations, like wrestling, jiu-jitsu wise, I feel like we saw glimpses of that. The same stuff that we saw in the Bilal and JDM fight. So I'm like, they're obviously onto something there where I'm like, maybe with the bigger size, JDM will be able to implement it a little bit better. And obviously he's got great clean striking too. He was able to like even just use his footwork so well to stay out of the way. So Bilal couldn't even like figure out where to shoot essentially. Like he was always making it hard for him to find the shot too.
Yeah. And I said this about Poatan against Ankalaev, and I will say the same thing against Jack Della Maddalena. And I'm not saying he can't win a decision. And I'm not, and it's MMA. It's crazy. This escape that we're in, anything can happen. But Jack needs to fire off. Like Jack should do what literally what Poatan did against Ankalaev. He should go to the center of the cage and just hey, we're boxing, we're swinging. Islam will probably, grapple and counter and do some stuff, but then at least get your stuff off. And of course, all it takes is one right punch, one thing. Seems like Poatan got Ankalaev one time the right way, and it was like he was on total defense throughout until he got stopped. I just think he needs to. Jack should be the leader of the dance. Even if you get taken down and you're over aggressive, he should be aggressive going into the main event.
Oh no, 100%. I think that's it. It's something that should be done, but is also easier said than done.
Sure,
When you're going against such an aggressive wrestler, it is such you're leaving yourself so open every time you are striking. Every time you do throw a punch, you're not defensively sound to stuff a takedown. So it's like, to be that aggressive coming forward is a very bold move to do. So like I said, definitely good game plan, but also easier said than done.
I'm an amateur. All I do is talk for a living, G. I can say it, All right, Sean, this is a great point, and G's actually a great person to ask. She's fought at flyweight and also at strawweight, so you've done the weight things and feel difference. Do you think Islam is going to feel amazing going into this kind of fight week and the just being 155 to 170 is a ginormous jump. Like, do you think he's going to feel great, or is there I don't think people realize how much you feel at 155, him cutting, and I know that sucks, but he feels so big against other, lightweights. Now he's not going to have, to me, that overpower against a guy like JDM, who is a big welterweight.
Oh yeah, it's just definitely a different experience to go in there with somebody, like you said, who is now a bigger guy you're going against somebody that is the bigger, stronger opponent, where you're used to being the bigger, stronger opponent. Right, so it's just a different mentality, I guess, to approach the fight with. But at the end of the day, I think that being bigger or stronger doesn't matter if you're better. If you're always better, then it doesn't matter who's bigger or stronger.
I totally agree. Talking about being better, December 13th, Gillian Robertson back in the octagon. Cannot wait for that. All right, co-main event. Feels like the MMA community's been like, guys, we're not talking about this fight. We have at Fight Bananas for a couple weeks. We're going to do it right now. Wei Li versus Valentina Shevchenko for the flyweight championship. We were talking about before you came on. It's wild that Valentina can say, hey, I fought Amanda Nunes, or at one time she was the 145-pound champion, and now she's fighting Wei Li in Saturday. Wei Li was the 115-pound champion. That's a major jump. That's a big scale that Valentina's kind of done both. I can't wait for this fight. I'm leaning Valentina. I think she's the bigger girl, more championship experience. I think Valentina gets it done.
Oh yeah, I think we talked about it last week too. I'm like, I think that this isn't going to be the most exciting fight, but I think Valentina fights a smart fight. I think Valentina is going to be able to kind of secure position and just positionally win a fight more than anything else, just by maintaining top position, maintaining control. But I don't see there being a huge damage factor in this fight. I feel like it's going to be more Valentina controlling position than anything else.
Okay. All right. So with that being said, you have JDM and still, and you have Valentina and still.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going with.
Okay. All right. So there we go. That's the top featured fight. This fight to me is right up your alley. Sean Brady, and we know with your coach, Dean Thomas, and everything they're doing. Sean Brady is the female version, maybe of you have yourself. Good striker, but can just do so much on the ground and wrestling and grappling and submission attempts and just absolutely smothering the opponent. Sean Brady against Morales, who's undefeated and has looked so good, but definitely his stuff, hardest competition against Sean Brady. Who do you see in this fight?
I think it's hard for me to say any other way than Sean Brady.
Sean Brady.
Obviously, my coach left me today to go up there to go with him. So, yeah, I'm definitely, and I'd be wrong if I didn't side with the grappler too. I'm always going with the grapplers. I feel like it is so valuable to have that strong grappling base, especially when you are such a heavy pressure fighter, when you are so comfortable just pushing forward and pushing the pace, and just to have that strong grappling base. I really think it does make such a huge difference. So I think I'm siding with Sean Brady, and I think that this may deserve a title shot after this win.
It could be. It could be. Well, that's going to be the icing on the cake after this. 2 more fights. But also, by the way, G, if you need, I can get on a Zoom call with Dean. He could tell me what kind of coaching advice. I'll travel down to South Florida. I can be your head coach for a couple of days. Just throwing it out there. If you need a voice in the room, just let me know.
Yeah, I wouldn't have the UFC records without you, Dave.
Let's see. There you go. What a team we are. All right, one fight we didn't talk about before, we just kind of skipped it, was Carlos Prats and Leon Edwards. Didn't mean to. Great fight. I love this fight. Both fights of the first fight and the second fight on the main card. To me, the younger, maybe more, kind of exciting fighter, Benoit Saint Denis and Carlos Prats, fighting the older, savvier, maybe better veteran, but where are they at on this scale? Who's better right now in 2025 in November? Prats or Leon Edwards? Who do you have in this one?
This is another one. I like them both, but I'm scared it's going to be not as exciting of a fight as we expect.
Okay.
I feel like they both try to counter a lot. I hope Prats kind of pushes the pressure a little bit more. I feel like we saw it a little bit more with the Jeff Neal fight, but Jeff Neal also is a very heavy pressure heavy pressure fighter that allows him to play into that counter game.
Right.
So, and Edwards is always heavy counter fighter. I feel like he's comfortable sitting on his back foot waiting to find the shot. So I'm just scared we're going to get a non-fight in this fight.
You might be right. The one thing I would come back on with is that's what he kind of did to Ian Gary, and he lost his first loss. Very slow, very counterish. And then all of a sudden in the 5th round, if you remember, he's like, oh, I got to go. And he almost stopped Ian Gary, not once or twice. So I feel hopefully he learned a lesson. We say it all the time. I know it's a corny statement in MMA. Hey, you don't lose, you learn. But I think hopefully he did learn and he doesn't do it again, because now this fight's only 3 rounds. He can't give the savvy veteran Leon a slow 2 rounds and Leon does leg kicks, a couple of jabs and wins it 2-1. It would be really bad if Carlos lets Leon do that to what Ian Gary did to him.
Yeah, I would just like to see either one of them, because if one of them pushes the pressure, the other one's going to be looking for the counter. So it's right. If one of them engages, then we'll at least have a fight going on. And I think it's going to be a great fight if that's the case. I've been a huge fan of Carlos Prats lately.
Yeah, he's a stud. That's a good fight. And then the first fight of the night, Benoit Saint Denis versus Beneil Dariush. 2 lightweights, 2 guys that are in that 7 to 11. Grant probably is, if he wins or when he wins on December 6th, maybe this guy is the next guy Grant Dawson fights. So this is a fun fight for us here in Fight Bananas. I'm leaning Benoit. I just think Benoit's on a good momentum. And when he's on, he looks really dang good. Beneil with a weird wonky year. Remember his fight fell out in January when he's supposed to fight Moicano. And, just kind of weird, wonky year for Beneil.
But he was able to pick up that fight with Moicano.
Yeah, and he beat him. He looked good.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it depends the Beneil we get. I think against Moicano, and obviously Moicano is a little bit older too. I'm he looked good against him. But I feel like sometimes, I want to say his fight right before that, he was looking a little bit old, I remember.
I agree. Wasn't it not Gamrot? I'm going to it right now. You're on it?
It was
Sarukian.
Yeah, Sarukian.
Yeah, he got stopped in a minute.
Even with Oliveira right before that, he wasn't looking great. So I'm I just remember those 2 fights, he was looking a little bit old, and I'm that's the only thing that I think really comes into question, because Beneil, and if he shows up and like he used to. And I'm like, even he showed up against Moicano. I'm like, if he shows up, I think he wins this fight. I think he's able to control someone like Benoit on the ground.
And it's a good point, G. I will say Armand and Charles is the top of the top. They are probably, other than the champion, they might be number 1 and number 2 most skilled lightweights, right? Beneil beats Moicano after that. And then before that, Gamrot, Ferguson, Diego, Holtzman, Drakkar, Frank, Dober, Thiago Moises. It's like he doesn't lose to guys usually if they're not the 1 or 2, if that makes sense. So after seeing this, I might be leaning Beneil here.
We got to go with the MMA math here. It's just facts.
Yeah, that is true. Look at G pushing buttons, the producer. I love it. Yeah, Benoit got destroyed by Moicano, lost to Poirier, lost to Ezilio Zakowski. Don't even remember that fight. His first fight in the UFC. So it's a big fight.
And even just like Benoit, I'm not to take anything away from his wins, but he doesn't have any huge wins. Like Rufy is a big win, but Rufy's also, I feel like when Rufy's given big opportunities, doesn't show up like we've seen kind of. And so I'm like, he doesn't have any high level wins under his belt yet, where Dariush is a vet, like you just named his list of.
Right. No, I agree. I agree. 4 prelim fights. I think all 4 of these are awesome. G, if you want to hit on them all, or if there's 1 or 2 you really want to go on. Bo Nickel versus Rodolfo. Kopylov versus RoboCop. Aaron Blanchfield versus Tracy Cortez, a very high-level flyweight fight. And then our guy Malcolm Wellmaker versus Cody Haddon. Wellmaker's undefeated, 10-0, very fun, knocking out people in the first round. That's a great set of prelims for UFC 322.
Oh yeah, this card's just stacked from top to bottom.
Stacked.
I will say I'm very happy that the Bo Nickel card got taken off the main card, put onto the prelims.
Okay. Why does that matter to you? Like, why do you feel good about it? Just to kind of the respect that Beneil and Benoit Saint Denis should get and earn? Is that?
Yeah. Why are you going to put Beneil Dariush on the prelims and Bo Nickel on the main card? I'm like, that's just disrespectful 100%. Like, even for the last couple, like, I think it was UFC 300, he was on the main card. I'm like, and I remember Aljo was, because I was talking to him about it, that he was on the prelims. And I'm like, you have a former champion on the prelims. You have this guy, I think it might have been his debut even in the UFC. And I'm like, he's had a main card every single time he's been on.
Every time. And Aljo fought Calvin Kattar, G. It wasn't like Aljo was fighting the prelim guy. Calvin Kattar was a title challenger, like a very good fight there. Yuri Prohasic was on the prelims for 300.
I am rarely on the main card.
Right.
So maybe it's maybe I'm just, like.
I respect it.
I'm hating on him because I want that spot. But I'm like, yeah, it's just I feel like you have to deserve it. And Beneil Dariush deserves that spot more than anything else. And I don't think Bo Nickel has solidified himself or proved himself as an MMA fighter. As a wrestler, it's different. But as an MMA fighter, he hasn't proved himself yet.
And other than those Contender Series fights, he hasn't looked good. Like sometimes I was talking to Cam about this, and maybe you can even kind of double down on this. Sometimes even when you lose a fight, you can still look good or have a good fight, and whatever, judge a scorecard or just got caught, whatever happens. It's just, even when he wins, there was a couple wins there, he still didn't look good. It's like, but we need to see you, Bo. Like, we need to see you perform at a high level to get these spots. I would rather have Kopylov and RoboCop on the main card. Like, I love that fight.
I was just going to say, I was going to use the Justin Gaethje, but that fight just lives up to that just as much. I'm like, if it was someone exciting, it would be different. They would deserve it just as much because they bring that value to the pay-per-view. Right. I'm like, I can understand, I guess, his name value, but I'm like, does he really have that big of a draw? Like, why does he deserve to be on the main card versus someone who is going to bring the eyes in, like a Roman Kopylov versus Gregory Rodriguez, even, where it's going to be an absolute banger from start to finish, and both those guys are going to be bleeding no matter what.
Yeah. I don't I don't foresee that fight going 15 minutes. Like they both are so aggressive, and the strikes they're going to throw. I don't see 15 minutes. And then how about Aaron Blanchfield? Literally could fight this. Blanchfield could win this fight and fight Valentina next. That I feel like they've been wanting that matchup. It's a great fight, great poster. I think that is the next flyweight fight, especially if Aaron wins.
Oh no, I definitely think that that's the match to make if Aaron does win this. I think it's a good matchup for her too. Tracy just being a wrestler obviously might give her issues of getting it down to the floor. I don't think Aaron has the best offensive wrestling typically. She's what she does from the clench. She's not really shooting shots that great. So I'm interested to see how Tracy will approach it. But I think that that they have been trying to push Aaron in that direction for a while, and this is another opportunity for that. I think that I don't know. We do have also Natalia Silva up there, who might be an option too for the title shot.
Good point. That is a very good point. She has a fight signed, doesn't she too, Silva?
Not sure about that one. Just know she's high up there because I'm like, she's someone who I'm like, I think her and Valentina will be one of the most boring fights ever. If that ever does happen. I'm like, she's just that they both I feel like would try to win the fight in a very smart way, but not try to engage too much.
Also on these prelims, like I said, Wellmaker's on the card. GM3 is on the card. Chepe is always so much fun. Him versus Pat Sabatini. We have the great Angela Hill versus Fatima. Fatima?
Yeah.
I knew that. Fatima Klein. Klein's awesome. Love watching her fight.
And
Lava Claws?
Natalia Silva does not currently have a fight coming up.
Ooh.
But Fatima is actually one of my up and comers that I feel like I've definitely had an eye on recently. I feel like obviously I'm looking to get after this fight. I plan to call out for the belt, so I'm looking at the ones who are like, she might be someone in the next couple of years I have to look at. Yeah. And Fatima is definitely one that's on that radar where I'm like, I expect her to be like a title challenger within these next couple of years.
Yeah, she's 25 years old. 2-1 in the UFC, lost to Jazz. And that's a good loss too. It's kind of, that was her first UFC fight. That's like
she took it short notice and it was at 125. And she's a tiny 15er. So it was kind of opportunity,
Yeah, she's good. 2 finishes, her last 2 fights, 2 finishes.
No, she's another one too. I feel like she's very similar to Blanchfield. I think her striking's cleaner than Aaron Blanchfield. I know they train together; they're very close.
Right.
Her striking's a little bit cleaner. She's got really good jiu-jitsu. Both of them I would like to see them get their offensive wrestling just a little bit cleaner. She likes to go for clenches and things like that, but isn't, I guess, the cleanest at getting in.
That's a very big straw weight, man. I didn't know Klein with the love in the comments. I respect it. I got to get on the bandwagon a little bit. I got no more room for bandwagons. I'm all in with G. I'm all in with Grant. I got no more room. I can't actually.
Especially not for a 115er. Come on.
You're right. She's an enemy. I'm sorry. That's it. I'm declaring it on November 11th of 2025. Miss Klein, I hope nothing but healthy prosperity for you, but you're actually now an enemy of mine. There you go.
It's all 115ers. It just has to be.
Yeah, that's true. Have you, let me say this the best way. I don't want to say practice it because practice is probably not the right word. Do you have bullet points on your post-fight win interview? Like speech? Do you have something funny? Is it rhyming? Is it just 2 words? Do you do the GSP thing, get on your knees and beg day? Like, do you have what you're saying yet?
Honestly, a couple times I've tried to, like, my coaches told me, hey, say this, or somebody said that. And then right after the fight, I just completely blank.
You're literally a different person. I
just completely forget about whatever we planned to say. I don't like Josh Hokett last week did that whole rehearsed speech and came out and had it like, I'm like, how did you do that, bro? How did you go out there and fight and then remember all of that? I would never.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, big fun. I cannot wait. The next month is insane. Like it's kind of for me. It started last week. I was in Island Fights last week on Saturday. I got another Island Fight show this Friday, and then this card UFC 322 is awesome. That UFC guitar card is so good. Hooker and Armand, and then Ian Gary and Bilal. Love that card. Main card's amazing. And then we got L, Grant, and then yourself in an 8-day span. It's like, what a run. Like we are in it right now.
We just need to get your fight going.
Dude, me and Ben Davis are talking. I'm just going to leave it like that. All right. We're just going to leave it like that. You never know.
Things are happening.
He's just so much smaller than me. But then also too, he's put in some time. He's fought like karate combat, bare knuckle. He's done some things. Like, I don't want to be like, I'm bigger than him. So people are going to think like, hey, you should be, dude, Ben's got hands a little bit. Ben could throw.
Are you going to have to cut the weight?
Dude, I'm 41. There's not a lot of weight cutting days in my life. All right. I'm happily married, got the kids at the house. It's, I do need to do some things better, but there's not a lot of weight cutting.
Yeah. Lucky you, man.
It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of work, but no, I probably should, I need to cut a little bit. Oh, Sean Sterling goes, Dave, you versus Coach Mike in a fight bananas battle. Oh, I like that. All right. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe jits competition. Dude, we're so funny. You'll love this, G. So we're big into soccer right now, and we went to basketball to soccer, and we had a little bit of off time. In that off time, my oldest son still is doing boxing all the time, once a week, but we haven't been to jits class in a month because soccer is on the same days. So we're in the last week of soccer. We got our playoffs coming up next week for the oldest son. But after that, we're back in jits class, and both boys are like itching. They're like, when can we go back? And, I told him, I was like, I might have to join him back in jits class. We might have to.
No, I think it's about time. I think if we don't get you something set up, we have to at least get you going through a weight cut. We got to get you like a trial weight cut.
I would do it. I don't know if we do it streaming on our YouTube channel or we open up an OnlyFans, but we'll do it. No, Dave is not going to 155. That's not happening, guys. Okay. Not happening. We're a little bit north of 200, guys. All right. Come on. And it's funny when people meet me, maybe I don't look tall on this. They're like, dang, you're so tall, Dave. I'm just a normal size, I think, 6 foot, 6'1", maybe.
I think TV, it's hard to perceive how big somebody is. I feel like even watching this last weekend on the fights, Tisha Torres looks just because she's so jacked, she looks big. And then you see her in person and she's
so tiny.
Such a small person. So I'm like, I think it's just very hard to tell. Even when people meet me, I feel like they always think that I'm a lot bigger than I am.
Dude, I think you'll, this is such a gray area, and me and you are been so friendly for so long. I can say stuff like this. I feel like you don't talk about usually females' age and weight and stuff, but with you, I tell people this all the time. People don't realize how strong / thick you are, how muscular you are. People don't realize how, dude, you have shoulders and your legs, and you are a lot stronger than people think. I think from afar.
Oh, I don't think I'm strong. I don't think that's true. I think it's all technique, and then I don't know. I haven't lifted a weight more than 3 pounds in probably about 5 years at this point, at least.
If you went to Planet Fitness or to a gym and to throw iron around, what do you think you would do?
To throw iron around.
I think that's how the boys talk about it. I don't know.
Is that what
playing weight? Playing weight?
Yeah, I've honestly never I used to work with strength and conditioning coaches when I was at ATT and things like that.
Yeah.
I haven't since then. So I'm like, I don't if I went to a gym by myself, I wouldn't know what to do, honestly. I don't work out at all. I don't do anything like that. I haven't in years.
When you were doing that at ATT a little bit, were you like, oh my goodness, I am wasting my time right now? Did you feel upset when you were doing those sessions?
Oh,
Or it was like it was what it was.
a little bit, yes. It's like I felt like I guess everybody tells you you need to do strength and conditioning. So I felt like I needed to do strength and conditioning. I felt like it was what was necessary. But I also was always so confused of why I'm like, well, I spar the day after strength and conditioning. And I always feel like shit at sparring because my muscles are so drained because I just lifted all this weight the day before. And it's like, for me, I'm just, Dean always says there's 4 different types of fighters. There's athletes, technicians, fighters, and
brawlers.
Well, that would be a fighter.
Okay.
An artist.
Okay.
So, and I'm out of those 4, I'm like the athlete's probably the least on my list.
I would say technician.
Yeah, I would say I'm more of a technician, then probably a little bit of a fighter, artist, then athlete is how I would list myself. Okay. But I'm like, if my technical ability is how I'm relying to win my fights, then it's like, I'm just going to lean into that heavy. I'm going to make sure I double down on that. So I just really focus on technique and really focus on making sure I'm making better decisions than my opponent and being perfect in that manner. Because like, even when I am doing the strength and conditioning, my opponents are still typically faster than me. They typically are like, I'm not super explosive. Like I'm not super athletic in that manner. So I'm like, I typically don't have that advantage anyway. So it's like, I'm just going to focus on my strengths.
I 1,000,000% agree about this. I've been talking to Grant and Nell about this for a couple years. Like, why would Poetan in 2026 learn a ton of new jits moves? Like, he's not going to learn a new submission that he's going to do in a real fight because there's just not enough time there for him to do it. Dude, just work and crisp your check hook even better. Like, make sure you land it to the body maybe next time. Like, just I love, like, dude, what Ronda Rousey does. Everyone's like, oh, when she fought Holm, dude, she had one of the greatest runs before that. Like, if you're the best at something, I would triple. And that's what's so weird about Bo Nickel. The guy never wrestles. It's like, Bo, why don't you wrestle? It's like the one great thing you're good at. So it's crazy. And Jake, real quick, I appreciate it. I've been putting up a lot of good content on IG, so I appreciate it, Jake. I think this is for me. I think.
Yeah, no, it definitely is.
Okay.
100%.
Okay. All right. So there we go. I think we got actually Asia Cortez coming on in a second. Asia's been on a couple times. Elle's friend. Yeah, I don't think Elle's coming on. We'll talk off air. But last little thing, because I know you didn't talk Sunday for Sunday Morning Brew. Anything from Saturday jumped at you? Bonfim knocking out Randy Brown. Anything else?
An all-around decent card.
It was actually pretty good. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I expected it. Well, obviously I knew the week before I knew was going to be a bad week. Then this week I knew there wasn't a lot of big names on it, but I expected that we might have gotten a little bit more fire out of it, which we did. I'm like, there was a lot of finishes.
Ronnie Barcelos, how good is he?
Both of them in that fight, Ricky Simone and Ronnie Barcelos. It was an absolute dog fight. Great fight from start to finish. On the main card, Bonfim, so smart picking him apart with those leg kicks to start. Just the way Randy Brown starts. I'm mixing up all my words today. I don't know why. The way that Randy Brown stands, he has his knee faced inward. And I'm like, just being a boxer, like that's typically boxers do stand like that. And for MMA, you kind of adjust it a little bit. But Randy Brown just being he relies so heavily on his boxing. He stands in that boxing stance, which makes it easy to just find that leg kick and just constantly attack it and attack it and attack it. It's very hard to defend. You can't really check because you have to turn your knee out to check it. And when you have your knee turned in so heavily, it's very hard to do so. So I'm like, beautiful read from Bonfim early. Joseph Morales, super impressive jiu-jitsu. Honestly, like really, I haven't seen somebody have just so technical jiu-jitsu and like that in a fight in a while. He went to an X-guard sweep, which I'm like, it's something very, I guess, gi jiu-jitsu. You don't really see a lot, but I'm like, pulled it off absolutely beautifully. Got on top, threatened the Kimura for a second, dropped down to that, I don't know, kind of crucifix position. And the second Chanel turned in him, got that guillotine. I'm like, everything was just like, you could see it looked like a day, like it was a drilling session for him. He just knew everything that Matt was about to do. So I was super impressed by him as well. And another one, Padilla. Padilla looked amazing.
Yeah, Padilla
Very
looked good.
patient and just waited until he found his knockout.
Duncan looked awesome.
I'm like, there was a lot of good fights on that card.
It was.
The ladies' fights didn't quite stand up, but
and Jay, that's what bothers me. Like, if the card is actually really good and there's good fights and good fighters, if they would have put, I'm just throwing this out there, they would have put Protz versus Leon Edwards as the main event of this fight night. And like, wow, like it's a big name. It's an interesting fight. It would get so many more casual fans to watch it because you got a headliner, and then they would see all these great fights underneath. And something like UFC 322, I'm not trying to go there. Like, I love the card and we're talking about it, but this fight is like, it's not important. Like the card's great. You could have had, like I said, RoboCop and Kopylov on the main card. We still would have been so happy. And then it would have made this fight night so much better.
Yeah, it's like they can afford to lose a fight.
Yes.
They've got enough talent over there. I'm like,
Right.
even on the first fight of the night, Jackson McVeigh versus Zachary Reese was an absolute brawl from the start. It was just, I'm like, McVeigh in the clench is a killer. And then Reese just found his way to victory, knew that it was going to be easy to get the takedown. Well, like, knew it was easy to control him once he did get the takedown. But I'm like, was an absolute brawl just back and forth for the first 5 minutes.
Such a fun card. It was really good. I don't know. I don't agree with this comment. It says Kayla wants Valentina ? Biggest weight bully of all time. Guys, like, Valentina weighs more than Wei Li right now, but it's like such a big, super fighty thing. And Wei Li's moving up. No one's calling Valentina a weight bully. And I think Valentina fought already at 135. It didn't go her way against Amanda, and it was a tough fight, but like, she already did it. So I don't know. I think I'm a little cold on this comment. A little cold.
I guess I can see both sides, Okay. I definitely see why Kayla would call her out. Like, the 135 division isn't the strongest.
Yeah, who else are you going to call out?
It's not the strongest division at this point. So I'm like, Valentina is a legend in the sport. Yes, why not try to solidify your name more over somebody that is such a huge legend versus who in the 135 division?
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. It's bad. So like, that's what I mean. I don't mind it. It's like, imagine if Kayla in a 3-fight span beats Pena for the championship, defends it against Amanda Nunes, and then defends it against Valentina. Like, that's a great 3-fight span. So it is what it is. Does the UFC force fighters to go with streamers nowadays, or do streamers pay the fighters?
They're not paying me, so I don't know. I haven't gotten anybody to pay me yet, so I'm like, if they are, let me know.
Okay.
I don't know. It's not that cool. I'm like, I haven't been like in anybody big, like YouTube videos, whatever, things like that. I'm like, I'm not that cool yet.
I think he's talking about that whole Aiden Ross thing. Aiden Ross is ginormous, and it's funny. Like, we talked about it a couple of times. I've done some stuff for his boxing promotion. I had no idea how big he was. Like, I did it. I'm older, and it was over my head. But he is ginormous, like millions and millions of Instagram followers. The guy's had Trump on his show. He's had Islam on all week. The biggest guys in the business, Dana White, whoever you want, Aiden Ross has had him on. It's pretty big. It's big.
Yeah. I'm not a name like Donald Trump or, so I'm like, I'm not getting invited to these things yet.
One day, hey, you could be the president of Canada, or do they have presidents, or it's something called
Prime Minister?
Prime Minister. But it's the same kind of thing.
Yeah, same thing.
Have they ever had a female prime minister?
I don't think so.
Oof. UFC world champion and female prime minister. All right, we took in way too much of G's time. G, you're the best. We appreciate you. Enjoy UFC 322. We're going to do a live watch along on Saturday when I come back from Island Fight, so it'll be a fun little time. Guys, let her go. G, after you win the next fight, hopefully get you on JRE. She's already done Joe Rogan.
Shit, I would love to. Honestly, last time I went on, I'm like, I don't even know if I've ever said this. I'm like, it was like the week before I lost my dog. I'm like, that was when I lost my pit bull Robin. And I'm like, I didn't even want to go. I'm like, I was just so like in a terrible headspace where it's like when I was going to Austin, I was like, I just don't even want to do this right now. And it was such a huge opportunity and such a huge thing that I just didn't even, I couldn't even take it in because I was just so wrapped up in the loss of my pit bull at that time when when I lost my Robin. So I'm like, I would absolutely love to be on again, and I appreciated it so much the first time, and I'm like, I just wish that I was able to really like take in the moment because I was just so in a different headspace.
Yeah. Well, hey, maybe round 2. We can do round 2. Did both of you guys did you partake in something different that with Joe that you haven't done on your own or anything? Any fun stories beforehand? Or just the normal?
Yeah, I guess the normal. I'm like, his podcast studio is definitely something insane. I'm like, it's like he's got like a huge gym, like a whole training setup, like cold plunge, everything in there. I'm like, it's like the setup for just like your own gym.
Yeah. Dude, you've been to the Fight Banana studio. I think that's next for us. We gotta add a gym to it.
No, honestly, it's the exact same thing as Fight Banana Studio.
I'm saying, dude, you won't believe I got a rocking chair in here now. It is so comfy. Like it's my personal living room rocking chair. We got a new one. I got a heater massage thing for the house. Amazing, by the way. So I brought my rocking chair here in the studio. So it is the setup now. It feels good. I got the fridge on. Life's good, G. Life's good. After your fight, we'll do another watch along. After your fight, after your win.
Oh yeah, maybe able to hop in sometime this weekend too. Never know.
There you go. I love it. We'll take it. G, you're the best. We appreciate you. We'll talk soon. All right.
All right. I'll see you.
All right. The great Gillian, the Savage Robertson. She's the best. The best. All right. We're maybe going to have another guest. Life is moving. Oh, okay. Nope. Not doing it. Not doing it. All right. Shout out to Elle Dawson. Elle will come back later on. Maybe we'll do something later on the week. I don't know. I'll be live at Island Fights on Friday. Saturday is UFC 322, guys. Crazy. Cannot wait. We will be doing a live watch along here in the studio. I think we're gonna have 1 or 2 people live with us in the studio. G, we'll get you in the Dom Cruz podcast. Pretty cool. I watched that with him and Raya Faber. That was a good show. But hey, we're lucky enough to have G on every single week here. She's the best. Guys, we appreciate you. Make sure you sub the channel, like the channel, share it with a friend. It really does a lot for us. And if we don't see you on later on this week, we'll see you Saturday night for UFC 322. Cheers. We'll see you guys then.